Vampire, a name that, upon hearing it, conjures only one image in the mind: darkness, long fangs, bloodshot eyes. We've all wondered if these were just stories, imagination, folklore, scary tales. But imagine, what if this story was never a fantasy? Imagine if the world's greatest myth stemmed from a real tragedy that people simply couldn't understand. A tragedy where the monster wasn't some creature, but fear, ignorance, and a lack of medical science. The Middle Ages in Europe. No hospitals as we know them, no blood tests, no doctors who could name the disease, just small villages where one thing was most powerful: fear. A person in the village falls ill. Their skin starts to burn in the sunlight. They scream when they go outside, as if the light is killing them. Their gums slowly recede, and their teeth appear longer. Their face is pale, dark circles under their eyes, and sometimes near their lips, a blood-like stain. The villagers watch, and they have only one explanation: this person is not normal. For them, it wasn't a disease. You call it a curse. Today, we know it could be a rare medical condition: Porphyria, a disease that affects the body's blood system, making sunlight unbearable and causing the gums to recede. But what were they to know? Their time wasn't one of science, only stories, and stories are written by fear. Then the person dies, and the story doesn't end there. That's where the real horror begins. A few days later, the villagers say they hear noises at night. Someone even said, "Something moved near his grave." Someone once said, "He came in a dream, and he was watching me." Then one day, someone opened a grave, and what they saw confirmed their fears. There was a dark fluid in the corpse's mouth, like blood. Its chest was swollen, as if it were still breathing after death. What did the villagers think? For them, the logic was simple: he's not dead, he's coming back. Today, we know this is a natural process of decomposition. Gases build up inside the body, pressure is created, and sometimes liquid is expelled. But tell us, this wasn't science, this was evidence. Evidence that before them lay a vampire. And then comes the most famous ritual: the stake. A wooden stake driven into the chest. When the stake is driven in, the pressure is released, sounds come from the body, blood and fluids are expelled, and the villagers say, "See, we killed the monster." A single moment confirmed their fears. For them, the ritual worked. In reality, it was just a corpse, and those people were only fighting their own fears. That's why in many parts of Europe, stakes were driven into the chests of corpses, heads were placed in separate locations, stones were stuffed into mouths to keep them shut. This didn't happen to monsters, this happened to human beings. And this is how the vampire myth spread throughout the world. Today, we watch movies. We binge-watch Netflix shows. We imagine vampires as calm, powerful, immortal beings. But the truth is, vampires were never monsters. They were victims. Victims of an era where knowledge was lacking, and fear was the greatest doctor. This isn't a story about vampires. This is a story about human nature. When we don't understand, we become afraid. And when we are afraid, we turn anyone into a monster. Perhaps the real horror wasn't the dead. Perhaps the real horror was the living.